Hey guys, it's Tony, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Tapu Bulu GX VikaVolt list that I used to take 23rd at the largest regionals ever, which had around 999 players. This deck revolves around VikaVolt and Tapu Bulu GX. We use VikaVolt's strong charge ability to attach a grass and a lightning from our deck, power up Tapu Bulu's GX's Nature's Judgment, which lets you discard all your energy and do 180 damage for 2 grass and a colorless. And essentially we want to use VikaVolt's ability to power up a Bulu every turn to take one-shots. This deck hits really good numbers. It hits 230 and 210 and 180, which are the main one-shot numbers on all the GXs and EXs in this format. Tapu Bulu has an extremely strong Nature's Judgment attack to take one-shots, but also has a Horn attack for 30, which can help two-shot things or put nice little poke damage for 1 energy on your first turn. And Tapu Wilderness GX is 150, which can help finish off things you've already poked or knock out low HP basics and heal all damage, which can preserve your Tapu Bulu for another turn. But also, this attack doesn't make you discard. So attaching a Choice Band and using Tapu Wilderness against a Lele GX allows you to take a knockout and 2 prizes while preserving all the energy on your Bulu and healing it off completely, making it hard for your opponent to one-shot it the next turn. So this deck runs a 3-1-3 VikaVolt line to help get it out consistently, and 3 Tapu Bulu so you always have a main attacker. It runs 1 Tapu Koko because it has free retreat. A Flying Flip, which lets you spread 20 everywhere, is also helpful to if you can't find your Choice Bands or Kukuis to deal extra damage, or if you go against something that's 250 HP, since 230 is your 1 turn cap. Electro Ball is also good against things that have a lightning weakness to allow you to get easy one-shots there. And also as a tech Pokemon, we run 1 Clefairy. Has the attack Metronome, so lets you choose for 3 colors energy, lets you choose one of your opponent's attacks and use it, regardless of the cost. Tapu Bulu is 180 HP, and you discard all your energy. So in order for Gardevoir to take a knockout, they need either 6 energy or 5 energy in a Choice Band. If they have 5 energy in a Choice Band, which is the lowest amount of energy they need to take a one-shot, Metronome with the 3 plus the 5 on them will be able to use Infinite Force for 240 damage, taking a one-shot. And also against Buzzwole GX, you can if you touch a Choice Band, you can copy Knuckle Impact for 190, also taking a knockout. And Metronome can just be used in many situations as a surprise attacker or an attacker that can copy big attacks to take one-shots with the little lowly 40 HP 1 prize attacker. Also run 2 Tapu Lele for Wonder Tag for consistency. This deck runs 4 Sycamore, 3 N, very basic draw supporters, 3 Guzma to pick things off the bench, 2 Bridget, all very standard. Also runs 2 Skylo, which lets you search your deck for a trainer card, which can be really helpful to help you grab rare candies or Ultra Balls or Heavy Balls to find VikaVolt pieces. Also be used to grab Choice Bands or any trainer you may need. It's a really versatile card that adds a lot to this deck that has some very a lot of moving pieces in the early game that you need to hit. Also 2 Professor Kukui. It lets you draw 2 cards, but what we mainly play this card do is have our attacks do 20 more damage. This helps Tapu Bulu hit crucial numbers, because Choice Band does 30 more to EXs and GXs. So it does 180 base, which is enough to knock out things like Volcanion, Tapu Lele, other Bulus. Plus 30 from the Choice Band. Nature's Judgment does 210, which knocks out Silvalley's, Zoroark GXs. That's other thing. It knocks out Buzzwole GXs, Lycanroc GXs, pretty much anything. But the Kukui brings up to 230, so that you knock out pretty much anything but Metagross and Solgaleo. Because let's do it for 230, so you take out Gardevoirs. And if you Tapu Koko a Metagross or a Solgaleo, it'll bring them down to 230 HP, so you can then one-shot them with the Kukui Choice Band combo. Deck also plays 4 rare candy, which you skip straight from the basic to the stage 2. Help us get out our VikaVolts quickly. We run 4 Ultra Ball, help search out Pokemon. one heavy ball, which lets you get a Pokemon retreat across to 3 or more, which our Tapu Bulus have 3 retreat, and so do our VikaBulus also have 3 retreat. So it's just a free search card. We can grab a Skylo. We run 2 Field Blower to help get rid of tools, or if our opponent plays a Garbotoxin, Garbodor, we can get rid of tool on that, use our abilities since we are reliant on this strong charge. I also run 2 energy recyclers. Lets you shuffle in 5 basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. Nature's Judgment requires you to discard the energy, do a lot of damage, which means you get them out very quickly with VikaVolt, which means you can run out of energy really quickly, and these 2 energy recyclers help us get them back in. We also want to run 1 Super Rod, so you shuffle in 3 energy and Pokemon, which is really good if we have to discard VikaVolt to get knocked out, or shuffle in even more ways, shuffle in energy, or if, let's say, we run out of Bulus or something, or we have to make some unfortunate early game discards, it helps us recover resources. We run 7 Grass and 5 Lightning. We have to run a split of the 2, because even though our main attacker's only requirement is grass, in order to use Strong Charge to accelerate to the full potential, we can accelerate a Grass to fill the grass slot and a Lightning to fill the colorless spot, and then attach Grass and be ready to attack. Or if we can get out 2 VikaVolts, we can attach 1 Grass from the first Strong Charge and a Grass and a Lightning from the second, and we have a fully powered up attacker in 1 turn. So basically that's the list. And now I'm going to go a little bit about my tournament experience with the deck. And I think I wrote down all my rounds somewhere. But yeah. So going the night before, I was about a week before the event, I knew this is what I wanted to play because it's pretty consistent. And when it sets up, it's one of the strongest decks in the format right now. And I expected a lot of Zoroark and Gardevoir. And this deck preys on Zoroarks since you can hit 210 easily. And it has a good Gardevoir matchup too, being able to one-shot them as well as having the Clefairy for an easy one-shot. And so I packed this up, and on the drive to Memphis, I was testing with my friend who I road tripped with. And I found this Bulu list that played Octillery, which I think the other 2 Tapu Bulu decks that made top 32 also play Octillery too. And I tested out, and it was running alright, but I was a little wary. And when we got to the hotel room, I dead drew like 8 games in a row, and I lost all 8 to him. And I got a little freaked out about my deck choice the night before. So I went back to my original list, went a few cards off, adding things like the Clefairy last minute. And I still was really nervous about my list. I cut Floatstone at the last minute, which was something I was unsure if I needed or not. And I was really nervous the night before, and I had nerves until round 4. So I get to the tournament, I just turn in my list. I thought I was going to go 0-3 drop. I thought it was just going to be a complete failure. So I get to my round 1, and the first game, I dead draw. It was really nerve-wracking, because I was playing against a Drampa Garbodor deck, which kind of isn't the most good deck in the meta right now, or the best deck in the meta right now. And my opponent made some questionable choices, like hitting for 20 with Righteous Edge instead of using Big Wheel when I had 1 card in hand, when they didn't need the 20 damage to set up when the 20 damage wasn't relevant. I think between all 3 games, my opponent didn't use Big Wheel at all, which is good because every single time a big wheel would have been good. I didn't have the N in my hand to bring them back down to a reasonable hand size. And so after the first dead draw, I take a deep breath and I win the next 2. And I would dead draw a game next round too. But the important thing is, even when you hit bad luck in a major tournament, you just need to keep on playing your game and just take it 1 game at a time. Next round, play against Volcanion 1, and then it finally got rolling there, and I end up 4 at lunch break. I come back to the 5th round, and I found out to play against the 2016 U.S. National Champion. And I'm a little rattled since I have a bad matchup. But again, the important thing is you need to take it 1 game at a time. Doesn't matter who you're playing or what they're playing. You just have to play your deck and play to your outs the best you can. And sometimes, great things will happen. So I start out 5-0 in 6th round. We're in game 3. I dead drew game 2. I won game 1 pretty convincingly, and I dead drew game 2. So going into game 3, I take a really early lead against a Buzzwole deck, which is kind of a hard matchup since they run Lycanrocs too to hunt down your VikaBulus, which are weak to fighting. But essentially all I need to seal up the game and make it so that there's really no way I can lose is I need a Choice Band to knock out, to one-shot his Buzzwole. And so I draw for turn, no Choice Band. All 4 are still on my deck at this point, or there were 3 or 4. There's around 30 cards in my deck, so the odds of me hitting them off this Sycamore is very high. I Sycamore, no Choice Band, and no Skyla, which were both in the deck, which was fine. I suppose, it's still in there, but, I have Sycamore in my hand, the Sycamore next turn, and if I hit it, then I'm in great shape. So I Sycamore again next turn, and still no Choice Band. That cost me the game in my first round. Going down to 5-1, I knew I still was at a very safe, comfortable record, having to go 7-2 or better on day 1, but it rattled me a little bit. So when I got into a very close scenario next round, it kind of shot my confidence. But next round, my luck definitely made up for it with hitting Choice Bands, because I get down, because it's turn 3 of time, and if I don't win this turn, it's a tie. What I need is I need a Grass Energy and a Choice Band to take the knockout on his active Buzzwole for the win. And my hand is Guzma, N, and Field Blower, so I'm thinking to myself, I just have to end and hope I hit it off these 2 cards. And this is a really bad scenario. I'm not going to hit it, but it never hurts to try. Maybe I'll get lucky. I top deck a Sycamore. And I'm thinking about last round how I Sycamore twice, didn't hit a Choice Band. I figured, you know what? It's worth a shot. Might as well play it. Sycamore is usually a good card. So I play it. I draw my hand. I see 3 Grass Energy, but no Choice Band. Then I double count my hand. Realize I only drew 6 cards. And I draw the 7th card, and it is the Choice Band. So got a little lucky there. I go 6-1. I then finished the day 8-1 at 2nd seed. So going into day 2, I was really confident in liking my chances to make top 8, since there were a lot of really good matchups in day 2. Day 1, I played, first round of day 2, I played against Pablo Mesa, Tablemon, and we had a, kind of a, and we had, I don't know if I want to call it a close series since I lost 0-2, but I felt like both games were really close and I took 5 prizes. But he just played the matchup really well, and he didn't leave me a lot of room to breathe, constantly hunting down my VikaBulus. And sometimes you don't win them all, and I deserve to lose, but not because I misplayed, but just because I was put under constant pressure the whole time. But I was 8-2 at the point, and I think I needed 34 match points, so I needed this to go 3-1-1 throughout the rest of the day in order to win. So round 2, I'm still in a good spot. I'm still at table 4 at the entire 999 player tournament. So I ended up winning round 4, going up to 9-2, but then the disaster struck. Next round, at the 9-2 round, I just dead draw twice in a row, dropping me down to 9-3. Then I lose a game and I win a game in the next round. And game 3, I'm about to take a knockout, going down 2 prizes, and I have no backup Bulu, but I have a VikaVolt and a Grass Energy and a Bridget, and there's 1 Bulu in my active and no Bulu in my discard. I didn't really check my prizes that well this game because I wasn't sure how much time was left and I didn't want to tie. So I was playing rather quickly game 3. So I played the Bridget looking for a Tapu Bulu, and there's none in my deck. I prized 2 of them. And from then, he just knocked out my Bulu. I had the cards to power up a second one, but I couldn't to just take the last 2 prizes for an easy win. And so I dropped down to 9-4, which was, I could still make top 16, or I could try to bubble in the top 8. And I figured, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna keep on going, see what happens. And then the same thing happens next round too. We go to game 3, I go to get a Bulu to power up, and 2 of them are prized. So that really stunk. Prizing 2 Bulus, two game 3s in day 2, which was not fun, but you know, you can't. I got lucky lots of times day 1, and I didn't have any issues with prizing the entire tournament. So I guess losing 2 games because of prizes isn't that bad. And I just ID'd the last round because I wanted to guarantee my top 32. And since Pokemon has a new rule where if you go X and 2, you automatically make day 2, 35 people made day 2 instead of 32. But the way the prizing works is that you only got money if you made it in the top 32. So if I won the game, if I won the last round and went 10 and 5, there was a chance that I didn't make top 16 anyways. But if I took the tie and tied the last round, I guaranteed myself money in top 32 instead of being dropped down to top 64 prizings. So anyway, I'd say the tournament was really successful. I had a fun time with my friends. I made some new friends as well. Even though I wasn't very confident in my deck choice at first, the deck ended up running really well. It's really consistent, and it's has very good matchups against a lot of the meta. I ended up not playing any Zoroark Golisopod decks, which I expected to see the most. And I think I played against like 6 Buzzwole and 4 Zoroark Lycanrocs throughout the event, which was very, very unexpected because I didn't really expect to play that much of either deck. I mean, I expected them to be there, but I didn't expect them to do so well since the entire day 2 is pretty much Buzzwole and Zoroark Lycanroc. And so, in 3 of my first 3 rounds, my opponents day 2 all ended up making top 8. So overall, I'd say the tournament was a great success. I got 23rd place out of 1,000. That's very good. But you know, you always want to do better. You always think, oh, what if I hadn't lost that game? But overall, the tournament was a great success. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about my experience or the list, please leave them in the comments below. And thanks for watching.